Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the eCommerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your host, John Suder, Bart, Mroz, and Brittany Blackman. The eCommerce Minute is a production of SUMO Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm located in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com.
Hello, listeners. It's Brittany Blackman, Junior Marketing Coordinator at SUMO Heavy. A quick note. We're in an unprecedented time, but with this comes an unprecedented amount of unity. Everyone is coming together to help, no matter what industry they're in. And now we're doing our part. If you advertise on the eCommerce Minute, we'll donate 100% of the proceeds to Slice Out Hunger. Slice Out Hunger sends pizza to healthcare workers on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic while simultaneously supporting small businesses. To get involved, drop us a note at hello@sumoheavy.com or reach out through our various social media accounts. Stay safe, stay inside, and wash your hands. We're all in this together.
It's eCommerce Minute episode 684.
In today's episode, Invisible Hands is a grocery service for high-risk customers.
As the weeks continue and the COVID-19 pandemic intensifies, contact delivery is more important than ever. Restaurants and grocery delivery services like Instacart have introduced some new precautionary measures like having their drivers drop off food on the front porch. But a thoughtful group of 20-somethings in New York City has decided to address the widespread quarantines in their own way. To aid COVID-susceptible seniors, freelance reporter Melanie Bavaria and Park Slope resident Lily Pollack took to the Nextdoor app to enlist able-bodied Brooklynites for errand running. The company is called Invisible Hands because, given what's currently known about COVID-19 transmission methods, they work to make deliveries as contactless as possible. But don't worry, you'll still talk on the phone with your volunteer, and you can tell each other a little bit about yourselves. It's a very simple process. Someone submits a request, and they can either call ahead to the store, or Invisible Hands can do the shopping for them, and they can be reimbursed for the groceries. There aren't any delivery fees. For example, a Park Slope woman suffering from cystic fibrosis racked up 25 responses Sunday after posting a Nextdoor advert for a pharmaceutical and grocery courier. So far, Invisible Hands boasts around 2,500 young volunteers who have run more than 100 deliveries of essential goods to at-risk demographics spanning everywhere from Queens to Jersey City, New Jersey. They're also starting a stipend program to soften the financial impact of the coronavirus. But obtaining certain provisions for pensioners in COVID-ravaged New York City isn't without obstacles. According to some of the runners, it's really tricky to get supplies unless you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And despite local groceries posting inventories to Instagram, a truck driver recounts arriving at one store to discover they were out of Purell and chicken. And of course, toilet paper is often in short supply as well. Good deeds by some young folks here. I'm sure since we started writing this script, it's changed probably a bit. I'm sure that number has increased.
Well, John, tell us your tales of shopping.
Yeah, I was actually, before we went on mic, I was just telling the tales of me trying to order groceries online. Like, we finally just given up and said, you know what, we're just going to order online. That has proved to be challenging as well. And I was just saying to Bart, is the first time we've ever seen where we try to log on a website and they send you an email. You are in line to get on the website. Click this. We'll send you an email when it's your turn to come onto the website. We come onto the website, and of course, all the slots for delivery are sold out for the next 2 weeks, and it doesn't go beyond 2 weeks. So we wasted our time there. I think things are getting a little crazy. I mean, obviously, this isn't going to last forever, and thankfully, we are the type that have sort of prepared ahead. We won't starve, but you have some of these vulnerable communities and these senior citizens and the ones that basically didn't pay attention or thought it was a hoax or just was like, I'll get to it later. They're the ones that are really getting stuck now, especially seniors. I mean, these people really need our help right now, and anything that we can do to outreach and lend them a helping hand is a good thing.
It is indeed.
It is.
Yeah.
And if you look at local Facebook groups for neighborhoods, people are pitching in. It's a real interesting time how people are coming together. There are people who are doing we're selling masks, and anybody who wants a mask, well, I'll give you contactless delivery. Any senior that needs a lawn cut or groceries picked up, that kind of stuff is really bubbling to the top. Whereas about 3 weeks ago, I think everybody was just fighting.
Yeah.
People were just fighting.
Yeah.
Panic mode.
Politics aside, it was like, oh, it's just the flu. It's like, no, buddy. Let me sit you down here for a second and show you a little, some stats and things. And there was people that they held on until the last minute. They were like, nope, everything's fine, all is well. But the reality is coming to light, and hopefully at the end of this, some good will come, and people will just try to be a little nicer to each other. But who knows?
We can only hope.
We can only hope. So there's plenty of good stories like that. And like we said, we're trying to fill our news feed here with some feel-good stories and some positive things that are happening during this crazy, crazy time.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing in Nevada at the University of Nevada, though. It's students. So whereas the Invisible Hands is like upper 20-somethings that are just in good health, University of Nevada students are actually 18 and volunteering. And that one's called Shopping Angels. And it's pretty much the same thing.
Shopping Angels, pretty cool. So check out Invisible Hands and Shopping Angels. And if you guys out there have any other feel-good stories that you think we should report, reach out to us on our social media at SUMO Heavy, or drop us a line at hello@sumoheavy.com. We have no stats for today. I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing about stats. Just close this one up. You guys got anything else to add?
Nope.
No, that's it.
All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe, or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion, or just want to say hi, find us on social media at SUMO Heavy.